My name is Ayola Awosika. I'm a clinical associate professor at the Health Science Education and Pathology Department. I'm a physician by training, but currently doing a lot of medical education. I currently teach pathophysiology, physiology, and I also do doctoral and clinical skills for the year 1 and 2 students as well. Teaching philosophy is majorly deeply rooted in creating a safe and inclusive learning environment where my learners are not just getting the knowledge, but at the same time being able to actively engage in their learning processes, and that's very, very important for me. At the same time as well, I'm able to accomplish this. My major goal, talking about my learning philosophy, is to build critical thinking skill in my students, at the same time being able to enrich their clinical reasoning approach, and also able to build a lifelong learning kind of experience where my learners can be able to take ownership of their learning. And that's kind of my teaching philosophy. I see my role more as a facilitator of learning process rather than just a teacher who just delivers content. So being a facilitator, I strive to kind of engage my learners by taking them through something like a journey, an adventurous journey that fosters more of collaboration, discovery, and also having a discourse of discussion as well. I majorly use a lot of an active learning kind of strategy to help promote engagement in my class. And a lot of times I want to promote a sense of having them do a lot of clinical reasoning and deepening their critical thinking. And I use several learning approach, and one of it is could be sometimes doing a lot of case discussion. I like to use a kind of clinical integration where students kind of appreciate what they do in class to what they will naturally see at the patient at the bedside as well. So my mission generally when it comes to building that critical thinking is majorly 3 things that I strive to achieve. Is majorly making my learning very engaging, at the same time promoting active collaboration with my learners, at the same time making sure my learners are able to take something valuable from the session. I think those 3 keys are very, very important for me. I use a lot of probing questions, and those probing questions may involve a lot of how and why rather than just the level of what. And I see this kind of build my students to be able to help them think more deeply. At the same time, they are able to identify a lot of knowledge gaps in their learning and approach. So my mission as a medical educator is to make learning very interactive, engaging, and also inclusive as well. So and this majorly starts by creating a safe, learner-centered environment where my learners are able to kind of feel comfortable, feel supported, and also feel heard as well. At the same time, right off the bat, at the start of my course, I like to let my learners know that mistakes are also a part of a learning experience as well. So modeling this kind of behavior makes them more comfortable to be able to share and also to be able to learn from their peers as well. And I also like to also use polling as well, because there are some students who are very shy. They wouldn't kind of participate in class, but via this technology, it helps a lot to drive participation. There are sometimes you have very, very quiet students, and you also have some dominant voices. So being able to balance that kind of group dynamics, a lot of times I like to use those quietest voice, because those quietest voice, a lot of times they could be struggling students, or they could be students who are very smart and they don't just want to share. So try to kind of find that balance. I think is very, very important. All right, so right from the outset of my class, I like to kind of create a community agreement, or probably some also call it a group norming process, where my learners actually are the one, I give them the sole autonomy of creating those kind of ground norms that helps guide our conversation. And in my experience, that has really, really been helpful to kind of give power back to my students in terms of feeling more safe and comfortable to be able to share whatever they need to share with their peers and also myself in class as well. It helps them know that no question is actually a stupid question, because those are part of the ground norms I like to put as part of this community agreement. There are sometimes they ask questions and I don't have an idea, and being able to kind of let them know that, oh, this is a good question, let's figure it out together. So kind of having that kind of humanistic part of this part of me to be able to share my stories, I think is very, very important to kind of build this sense of where students can feel not victimized or not just being vulnerable, but feel supported, at the same time feel build that kind of team community approach to learning.